Yo, what's going on, you guys? My name is DeWayne, and today we're going to be going through the worst songs of the year so far. Now it surprises me how we're only 3 months into the year so far, and we already have this many bad songs. I mean, Jesus Christ, there is no other year on record that starts off this terribly music-wise. So because of this, we're just going to straight up dive into the atrocious vibe these songs give off. Let's go.
They got you all them Grammys, but your flow still a no. With a fiasco loop.
Now before you Nicki Minaj stans come at me in the comments, let me make it clear that my intentions are not to talk illy about Nicki herself, as this obviously is not about Nicki here. This is about the beef she has with Megan Thee Stallion. Let me give you some context before we talk about this song. On January 26, Megan started the feud with her song Hiss for her up-and-coming third studio album, which I'm very much looking forward to. 3 days later, Nicki Minaj responded with Bigfoot. And saying that the disses on here are bad is an understatement. Matter of fact, these cheap shots don't feel personal at all, and it just feels like Nicki's trying to cash in on the feud. The same type of clout chasing Lil Mabu did when he got Blueface's baby mama on his song Mr. Take Yo, which, in my opinion, was the worst hit song of the year. I know Cartel will definitely disagree with that sentiment, but I digress. She starts the song off by accusing Megan of faking the situation where Tory Lanez shot her in the heel while yelling dance, where she states that on the Gayle King interview she did after the incident occurred, she didn't even cry. She then takes an even more personal shot at her mother, which is very uncalled for and very disrespectful. You should be ashamed of yourself for that one. That's too far. She then brings up the lyric on Hiss, where she talks about Megan's law, a law where law enforcement is required to make information to the public regarding sexual predators. And considering that Nicki's husband, Kenneth Penny, is a registered sex offender, this is very ironic. She then calls out her height and accuses her of lying about the Tory situation, which is not true. She then accuses her of cheating on Tory with a bunch of other musicians, including but not limited to Dababy, Trey Songz, and G-Eazy. She then goes on this long monologue at the end of the song, which goes on for longer than intended. And it's like, why? Would you do this? You embarrassed yourself just to find the easy way out of the feud. But did you even try? 'Cause I don't think you did. Yeah. Overall, it's the worst diss track of the year so far. Let's move on to the next song. Oh my god, this is terrible. I don't even know how Kid Cudi managed to make something this horribly bad in 2024. I'm in utter shock. Now, this isn't the first time that Cudi and Chip have collaborated. Back in 2009, they collaborated on the songs Higher and TGIF for the album Man on the Moon, The End of Day, and once again in 2011 for the song The End, which also featured GOC and Nicole Ray, and once again in 2013 for the songs Just What I Am, Afterwards, which also featured Michael Bolton, and Brothers, which also featured A$AP Rocky on it for the album Indicate. So it's not like they're collaborating for the first time. A first when it comes to this duo though is them missing. Now Cudi's quality of music went down significantly after releasing Speeding Bullet to Heaven, an album that was very hated on by critics, with Fontano even giving it a 0 out of 10. And because of that, this is the point where Cudi's music is at now, where he's making songs like these with the worst singing I have ever heard. Worse than Namir on Soul Train if we're even dating to go that far. Nah, screw that. This, undoubtedly, is the worst song of the year. So far, nobody should be subjected to this utter garbage. So with that being said, on to the next one. You don't have to stop with the red light. I got it pump of this. Now when I talk about this next song, try not to stare at Bianca's ass too much. That was not my intention of putting this song on the list, nor will it ever be my intention. I didn't put this song on here because the cover of the album it's on has full frontal nudity, but because it's genuinely terrible. Now unfortunately, I am one of those people who hates Vultures 1. And if you feel some way about, then click off the video now, cause it's gonna get worse from here. Okay, now that I shoot the yay stands away, let's rip right into this one. So going into this song, this is a dance rap song with some co-production from producer Kate Ranada, where Ty Dolla $ign sings on the hook that he only showed up to the studio for the paycheck. That actually doesn't sound that unbelievable to me considering how much low effort Ty put into his parts. We then get to Kanye's part, and Jesus Christ is it awful. He comes in with this Elmo type of performance, which then devolves into the poor man's Young Thug performance, where he's really straining his vocals and is really intolerable. I almost skipped this song because of Kanye. That's how bad his performance was. And for those saying that this is the best song on the album, it's not even close, cause the only 3 songs I like on this album are If Some, Beg Forgiveness, and Burn. This just sounds like a cheap copy of the song Fade. If I really wanted those types of vibes, I would just listen to Fade then, as there is no reason to return to this track. So yeah, it's a skip. And the rest of the album is as bad as the song you just heard, so you have every right to be worried.
I ain't never worked in no cubicle. The evidence under my foot. I ain't stepping on shit like
I'm not gonna spend too much time on this song entry, so let me just say this about it. So Yachty has been experimenting a lot with some new sounds lately, some of those being rage music, lyrical rap, psychedelic rock, and indie rock. And now, he's testing the waters with this new song called Something Ether, which is very rate your music core sounding. And all I have to say about this is that Death Grips did it better. This is too abrasive and loud for my ears. At least that's what I think. I know a fair share of people did enjoy this song, but I'm not that fair share of people, to put it lightly. Okay, moving on.
I spend so much time.
James Charles being a musician is something that I definitely didn't have on my 2024 bingo card, but after hearing this song from him, I don't want him to touch a microphone ever again. Just like how he apparently touches children. Yep, that's right. The person who made this generic and sappy breakup song is a pedophile. You may recall him sending explicit photos to a 16-year-old along with very inappropriate messages. And the worst part is that he was a fan of him. He didn't know he was 16 when he messaged him and was misled into thinking that he was 18 years of age. When he found this out, he blocked him and stopped messaging him ever since. And this has tarnished his reputation on YouTube, with his apology video being very heavily disliked as well. So in my opinion, we should have left this man in 2016 and moved on. I'm not gonna waste my time on this talentless scumbag any longer.
Yeah. Take a nugget, man, buzz, and then I break it down.
I might sound like an old head when I say this, but I don't understand this new wave of jerk music where you don't even try on a beat and sound half asleep on it. I don't get that appeal. Hate on me all you want, but that's lazy. At least on songs like Just Wanna Rock, Uzi was trying more. But that's my problem about this. Xavier is not even trying. All you need to know about his man basically is that his music is garbage. That's it. Moving on from there.
I bought a story. I think that's why the Detroit Lions ain't make the Super Bowl. I'm low-key still mad Detroit Lions ain't make the Super
Oh, so your favorite team didn't make the Super Bowl. Oh, boohoo, your music is trash. Go cry about it.
Neighborhood, but I burned out of it and it turned out good if you ask me. But shit, I ain't the GOAT.
So this song is made by a country artist named Hardy who also wants to experiment with rock music. And when he does usually make music in this rock style, it doesn't usually sound good. Especially on the song Quit, where he gets angry because this person wants him to quit making music. Now, in my opinion, the world would be a way better place if you actually did quit making music. I'm just saying.
disrespect the 5, I put your ass in the food chain. Calling my phone, she say Miss Jackson.
This might be the only time I have ever said this when it comes to the Cardi single rollout, but I just don't get it. Once again, call me an old head for saying this, but this is the worst Cardi single we have gotten recently so far. Cardi's performance lacks energy and charisma. Also, not to mention that the beat is kinda trash. Overall, it's a dumpster fire of a song. Burn it.
Stepping with them steppers, boy. Players with me, Coil Ray. That Cuban on me, 100K. My wrist froze.
So this is a song that basically features two rappers that have fallen off completely and a rapper who is completely irrelevant in 2024. Basically being said, it's a single that is bound to be forgotten in a week or two. It doesn't help that the lyrics are bad as well. Got some players with me, Coil Ray. Seriously, that song isn't even that good. It samples an even better rap song I could be listening to right now. But this is just a set excuse for what rap has become now. And I am not at all looking forward to the future. And to end this video off, we have Burn, which combines all of the worst elements popular music has to offer into one song, and it just sounds terrible. This is your typical song about a relationship gone sour, and how the male wants the female to burn in hell. Yeah, we've heard this all before. But wait, this is even worse. The singing makes me want to go deaf, and the theater core elements make me hate theater kids in general. I don't know why. This is the worst thing I have heard in quite a while. Like the song title suggests, I actually do want this single burned. And that's it for my list of the worst songs of 2024 so far. Do you agree with this list? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new here, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a ton. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.